I'm still working on their tanks over there, so we can't go over there just yet, but later on in the week we're going to get to some scaping videos and setting up of the discus tank as well as the tank above it. In today's video, we're going to be unboxing the fish that are going above the discus aquarium. Now, if you remember, I mentioned and I gave you some hints about what these fish might be. I said that when it comes to discus, these are kind of like their rivals in the hobby, almost like butting heads. And you know, there's discus hobbyists and then there's these types of hobbyists, and they're almost two separate groups. So I kind of wanted to set up a tank for each to dedicate to each group of hobbyists. With that said, I might sound a little different in today's video. I am a little bit sick, and when I unboxed these, I was sick, cranky, and I was tired, but we did it anyways. Just please bear with me. So what are these fish? Angelfish. Lots and lots of angelfish. In fact, this entire box is filled with angelfish. I got these from Jeff at my local fish store, One Fish, Two Fish in Dartmouth, Nova Scotia. He imported them for me from Thailand, and I got about 40 of them. Now, why 40? That's way too many for a 120-gallon tank. Angelfish simply don't ship well, and it's more cost-effective to fill the box. And these weren't too expensive, and it didn't make much of a difference from going from a half box to a full box. So I figured let's go with a full box and account for mass casualties, because we might have some in this box, simply because, like I said, they just don't ship all that well. Luckily for me, though, man, the packaging is always so awesome. It's really good. Oh, if you can see them, they're all doing really well from the looks of things. We'll see, though. Okay, so there's 2 layers. Now, some of you guys are going to love these. Some of you are going to hate these. But I went with all one type of angelfish. Why? I think it looks more uniform. I think it looks tacky when you mix a fish like discus or angels or certain types of fish. I do like species only. A lot of times I also enjoy one variant. Now look at these guys though. I got all platinum angels. So these guys are basically all white, massive amount of iridescence, and they're considered extra large, so they're quite big, you know, maybe 2.5 inches, which is going to look awesome in the tank once we get them going. But hey, I know a lot of you guys are thinking, oh, why'd you get all one type? Now, like I said, but when's the last time you've seen a tank with 40 platinum angels in it? You simply just don't. Nobody wants to do it. I want to do it. I think it's going to look incredible. So, out of the bag. And directly into quarantine. I had to shuffle some fish around to make this happen, but it's not so bad. I think I got one too many fish on my hands. They're all doing really well. Check this out. You can see it. The beauty. These guys are so far all very alert and doing quite well. So far, ordering with Jeff has gone smoothly. Shows me what I can get. I tell him what I want. Pay him. Brings them in. The packaging is great. The fish are fantastic quality. It just couldn't be any better. No BS along the way. I can't wait for this. Now, imagine all of these adult platinum angels, right? With a contrasting tetra that's probably going to be black or very dark. I think it's going to look fantastic. Now clearly I can't keep all 40, and so like I said, I've said this a few times, sometimes I'm bringing in far more fish than I need, and everybody's like, well, what are you doing with the extra fish?
I bring them back. Jeff can sell them. You know, we haven't gotten to that point yet. Maybe we trade or something, or maybe I just give them. Always wanted an angelfish tank. I actually wanted to get Ultim Angels, but Ultim Angels are seasonal. And most importantly for me, and I have to stress this to the utmost, what is the point of me getting fish nobody else can get? What's the point of me buying a bunch of fish that are ridiculously expensive? You know, we did that for the 2000. You know, we've got black diamond stingrays, Asian arowana. You know, that's like my personal trophy tank type of thing. But everything else is supposed to be inspirational. Why would I buy a bunch of fish nobody can get? What's the point of that? I'm not looking to impress anybody. I'm not looking to, you know, keep the rarest and most exotic fish. I'm looking to inspire and you guys be able to actually do this. I want you to want an angelfish tank, or want a Malawi cichlid tank, or a Tanganyika, or South American, or East Asia, or whatever the case might be, or a rainbow fish tank. I want you to want that. See it firsthand with me first, learn a bit about it, and then go recreate it on your own to some extent. That is true inspiration, and that is truly having an impact on the hobby. I don't need trophies. I don't need breeding awards. I don't need anything. I'm happy with what I do, and I find that I'll continue to be happiest if I have a real impact. And that, my friends, is the entire point of the aquarium gallery in itself. Education and inspiration. I want you guys to be able to do this yourself. Not set up all those tanks clearly, but you know, maybe one of them. Or maybe you just like watching it. But again, at the end of the day, I'm going to keep fish that I like, but I also want them to be accessible and affordable to you guys. I'll try to do that with all of them. There will be some fish that are difficult to find, might be a little expensive, but I learned my lesson with those African shell dwellers, and that's the truth. I knew they were an interesting fish. I knew I could focus on them and give them some true attention and love in the hobby. To people that have been in the hobby a long time, they knew all about it. But man, I brought those two little tiny fish to the attention of hundreds of thousands and made everybody want them. But nobody could find them. Why? Because they're not a high in demand fish. They don't breed in large numbers. They're not commonly available. They're difficult to find, and when you do, they're very expensive. For what they are, tiny little fish costing, you know, 15, 20 bucks a piece sometimes. I thought, what was the point of that? Got so many people excited about them, and nobody could get them. Not doing that again. Last one. Man, we just went. So we went 40 for 40 on these guys. Not a single DOA. And they're actually really nice as well. Look at them. They'll have to be in this quarantine for a few weeks and whatnot, but absolutely stunning. Not a single one exhibiting signs of anything. Looks like we have a nice ratio of males to females as well. Angels are definitely more difficult to sex, but not as difficult as discus, for example. Isn't he pretty? Now 40 of these in a scape tank with a nice school of angels. I'll probably dwindle it down to maybe 18 over time, but we'll see what happens. It's going to be incredible when we add them though, isn't it?
So that's 40 angelfish, and they all made it, which was incredible. Now, I know a lot of you saying, you know, why don't you get a variety or get this type or get that type? I really have been attracted to these platinum angels for a little while now, and I've been wanting to keep them, and I think they're going to look really great in the dark, you know, type of aquascape that I have planned. They're going to contrast really well, especially once I add in a large school of, you know, darker tetras. Love to get some suggestions from you guys on what you think they should be. With that said, I'm only going to be able to keep maybe 12 or 18 in this tank. With the rest, you know, with over 20 left, I was just thinking, maybe we put them in the 2,000 gallon. I'd like to hear your thoughts on that as well. Anyways, there's a few exciting things that are going to be happening this week. I will be getting the lighting system set up this week, so that means all the tanks are going to have lights, which means we can finally escape and move really quickly through these aquariums and get them set up and, you know, have a lot more fun with enjoying them and viewing them and, you know, kind of talking about them. Some of the next videos are going to be installing the lighting. We're going to set up the discus tank, add the discus, set up the angelfish tank, add the angelfish tank, and of course, there's still more fish here that you guys haven't seen yet, so we'll be doing more unboxings as well. Anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. I thank you for bearing with me, for being sick through this, and you know, in watching the unboxing, I realized I was a little bit cranky. I'll admit I was tired. You know, the fish came in at 6:30 in the morning, so it was, and I was already sick. So it is what it is. The videos don't stop, and the work out here in the gallery can't stop just because I got a little bit of a cold. But thanks for bearing with me. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and if you are excited about this gallery as I am, and you're not subscribed to this channel yet, I highly suggest you do so. You don't miss any of these videos.